Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today in this video I'm going to be creating this beautiful aqua turquoise sort of eye makeup look. If you like this look, please keep on watching. To prep my face, I'm going to use the Face Shop's bamboo gel. I usually use the lotus gel, but I like this as well, and I'm using this all over my face, even on my eyelids and even on the back of my hands. Then I'm taking Burt's Bees lip balm just to moisturize my lips. I'm going to take Lakme's Absolute Primer to prime my face. I'm using this primer because it's super matte and I like how matte it is since it's very humid in Mumbai right now. Then I'm taking PAC Spotlight Concealer in the shade 09, and I'm going to create a very clean canvas with this concealer. I'm going to use this PAC brush. I really like this brush, how it perfectly fits on my eye area. Like, I love this for concealer the most. I do use the same brush to powder my eyelids with the Ben Nye Banana powder. I'm just taking it on the same brush and just tapping it all over, and this is going to form that perfect clean canvas which we like. For the eyeshadow, I'm taking I Had Revolution's Chocolate Macaroon palette. Now this palette is really fun for those dull days, I feel. I'm taking this almond shade on the PAC brush 338 and I'm applying this all over my eyelids. Almond is a bone color and allows you to blend other colors well. It sort of creates like a transition as well, I think. Then taking this chocolate color, which is like it's like a brick color but not too brown at the same time. It's very subtle. You can see it creates this crease definition very lightly. I don't want my browns to be too strong because I want the blues to be showing very well. I'm taking the shade Heavenly Bite, which is slightly darker than the previous color, and I'm working with the smaller brush into my corners of the outer corners of the eye area, and also as well as the crease, just to create a definition. Then I'm taking that 338 brush again without any product, and I'm just going to buff everything together so that we have like a clean transition sort of a shade, nothing that looks very muddy or anything like that. Then taking the color Baked with Love, which is just hardly like 1% darker than the previous dark color that we used. I'm just using this again just to darken and deepen the outer corners as well. Just buffing it with a clean brush once again for the softer definition. Now for the fun part, I'm going to take this PAC brush, which is like a flat brush, and I'm going to moisten it with some eye drops. You can use like Fix Plus or even water. And I'm taking that shade called Nom Nom, which is like this aqua blue color, and going it for the most part on my entire eyelid, leaving the inner corners out because I'm going to be using a little different color, which is slightly lighter than the previous color. This color is called Sweet Treats, and it's more of a lighter version of the Nom Nom shade, you can see. Now using an eye drop has given us a very saturated foil like finish on the eyelids. Even dry, it works really very well. I'm pretty impressed by this palette, by the way, guys. I'm taking the shade called Divine and I'm going to just use it at the outer corners just to create a little bit of definition. The brush that I'm using to apply this color is like a buffing brush, but at the same time it's quite tapered at the tip, hence you can see it's just applying at the outer corner and a little bit into the crease. Taking that PAC brush, which is more like a pencil brush, I'm taking the shade Heavenly Bite, which is like this almost a terracotta brown sort of a color, and I'm just going to use this at the edges just to blend everything so that it doesn't look like I'm just put like, you know, the green color on my eyelid. I just want like a softer definition, like it's diffused very very well. You don't have to do all this. If you like, you can just use like one single eyeshadow. You can just go with that Nom Nom shade or even Sweet Treat and just apply it all over your lids. I'm going to use more of that Sweet Treat in the inner corner of the eyes because this is going to bring more light to the eye makeup look. I like this look for like daytime as well as night. I feel it just works perfectly. You can use the eyeshadows dry, wet, however you like. There is no hard and fast to makeup. I feel you can do whatever you wish. Like, I really like the shades of a teal, blue and green on my eye area. Like, they are one of those top choices which I'll choose for like eyeshadows, I think. Taking that little bit of Divine, I'm just going to buff everything on this brush and into the crease. So now we are going to move along to the face makeup, which I'm using MAC's Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC40. And I'm just going to use this all over my face area, and I'm going to like buff it with my Real Technique brush. Yeah, and you can see I like to use the stippling motion as well as buffing motion. Now stippling is going to give you a more full coverage. I like to buff it as well because that gives you more as in a lived in foundation look for your skin. I'm using a little bit of more foundation around my mouth area where I have a little bit of pigmentation and discoloration. Now for my concealer, again I'm using Spotlight concealer in 09, and I'm just going to use in the usual areas where I feel I have more pigmentation and where foundation can't cover. I feel I really like this PAC concealer. It's a really good quality. It lasts a long time, and it does make my skin look really healthy and glowy, and it takes off all that dullness just away. I'm using Fit Me concealer in sand, and I'm just going to use this in the center of my face just to bring a tiny bit of more light. Now you don't have to do this otherwise. If you like to do this for cameras, you can definitely do it. I'm using that same concealer brush from PAC, and you guys, you have to have this concealer brush. It's really very good. I mean, it's the great quality, and it just works really well for powder as well as cream products, I feel. So yeah, and I'm just going to blend everything. The little product, you can see, blends very well. I'm taking some of that Ben Nye banana powder on this bigger fluffier brush from PAC, and I'm going to set all that together. I like to set my powder on all the areas where I apply concealer. Taking a fatter, fluffier brush, which is more like a powder brush, I'm just buffing out any excess powder that may be on my face. I'm going to take some mineralized skin finish from MAC, and I'm going to just dust this around my mouth area. I'm just going to clean my waterline, and I'm going to use this Nykaa's eye pencil in Teal Spell, which is like slightly darker than my eyeshadows, but I do like how it looks. It really matches the eye makeup, I feel, and it brings that extra, oomph to your eyes, I feel. You can definitely go with a black eyeliner or even with a white eyeliner, but I wanted to use this eye pencil from Nykaa, and it's a really good quality eye pencil. For my lower lash line, I'm going to use MAC's Kohl in Teddy, and I'm mostly using this at the outer corners. I'm not using this in the waterline, just on the lash line. You can use black if you like. I'm taking this pencil brush from PAC, which is used specifically to blend out Kohls and kajals. I'm just going to wing it out softly towards the outer corner, and I'm just going to let it be like very soft. I don't want like anything harsh. Just blend it and make sure everything looks nice. I'm taking some of that Nom Nom eyeshadow and applying it in the inner corners of the eyes. And taking Divine eyeshadow, I'm just going to blend everything again in the outer corners so that the wings from the lower lash line don't look very harsh. I'm just working simultaneously to get even application. Then I'm taking some of that concealer again and just cleaning out the outer edges of my eyes and just, buffing it out. And now I'm using this Nykaa brush. I used to like this Nykaa brush, but I mostly prefer the PAC concealer brush over that brush. Taking my MAC Lash Curler, I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to apply Maybelline's Lash Sensational mascara. Now you can add falsies if you like. You can add an eyeliner if you like. Now this is all up to you. I mean, I personally like to just keep my eyes as simple as possible. You can see I don't like to use eyeliner when I'm doing like eyeshadow or even falsies, because I just feel it just takes away from the daytime look, I feel. I'm taking this O3 kajal and I'm just tight lining my upper lash line, you can see. I like to do this. You can even use like a brown Kohl pencil like that MAC Teddy, or any brown pencil of your choice if you want more of a natural look. I'm going to take this Baked with a Love eyeshadow on my pencil brush, and I'm just going to set that Kohl Teddy which I smudged previously. Then I'm going to use this Sugar's Woody Wonder contour powder. It's a very nice warm contour powder. I really like how it complements my face. I wish they had more shades in this contour range because the powder quality is really very nice. I'm using this setting brush come contour powder kind of brush from PAC, and I'm just going to go around my face just to create like a little bit of definition. Then onto my brows, I'm going to just brush them with this spoolie very quickly just to have a nice fluffiness going on to them. Taking Freedom's Brow Pomade in Ash Brown with an angular brush, I'm going to create short strokes. These days I like to do my eyebrows pretty quickly. I don't spend too much time on them. Earlier, I don't know, brow trend was like, the whole Instagram thing was going on, and we were so hooked onto brows that it used to nearly take like 20 to 30 minutes to do brows, which I no longer do. I just take quickly one product and I just fill in the gaps and make sure my brows are looking nice and fluffy. I take this clear gel from Wet n Wild and I just set them in place. The brow gel is okay, it's not that great, it just keeps your brows in place for like 2 hours. Then for my highlighter, I'm going to use this Ruby's Organics Cream Highlighter in the shade Illuminate. And oh my god, this is just the most prettiest highlighter I have used till now. And it's an Indian brand and it's an organic brand. What else do you want? I mean, it's one of the most beautiful highlighters because it looks like you're glowing from within and everything. And I kind of like it more than the YBP highlighter, I feel. I don't know why, there's something about this that it just makes you feel like you're glowing from within. And the smell of this product is just so pretty. I love how it looks. I think I go normally wearing just this highlighter without any powder highlight as well in my normal life. Then I'm taking Nykaa's Lip and Cheek color in the shade Carrie with the stippling brush. Now I really like the stippling brush, but I don't really like the lip and cheek color. Like, I feel it's making me look a little gray. Then I'm taking MAC's Melba blush and I'm just going to top it up because I feel Melba has this quality of making you look nice even on your dullest days. Then I'm taking NYX's Dewy Finish Spray and I'm just going to set everything in place. I'm trying this Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Precious Petals and it looks very pretty. By the way, Wet n Wild is no longer a cruelty-free brand for those few who like cruelty-free makeup. Apparently, they were caught in China, selling in China when they were claiming to be a cruelty-free brand. So I guess it kind of bummed me out as well because I do like their products. Then I'm taking some of this contour and I'm just going to chisel out a little bit of my nose. Nothing too obvious, just very light. I'm using actually an eyeshadow brush and I kind of like doing this these days for my nose contour a lot. I'm just smudging all that out so that it looks diffused very well. In the inner corners, I'm going to use that same highlighter and on the brow bone as well with a very small pencil brush. Now this is a very basic step. You can do it if you want. I like to do it because it makes my eyes look more open. So I'm going to be lining my lips with Wet n Wild's lip pencil in chestnut. Now I really feel sad to say that, I mean, I'm not happy with all the false claims that these companies do. I mean, why do you claim to be something you are not? That's just how I feel and it's totally my personal opinion. Then I'm taking Nykaa's Ultra Matte lipstick in Helen and I'm going to use this like all over my lip just to have that really nice nude but not too nude lip color going on with all this eye makeup. So if you like your matte lips, you can stop here, but I'm going to add some lip gloss, which is of course very extra I feel, but I love how it looks on the nude lips. I think it gives your lips a more fuller effect. So yeah, you can use any lip gloss of your choice again if you want. You can leave them matte again, but I just use this at the center of my lips. So that finishes up the makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you all did, hit me like, subscribe to my channel and share it with anybody who might find this useful. I will see you all in my next. Until then, bye.